like a Hellcat.
Hey guys, RX Manga coming back at you with another video. So today, yes, we are doing another tag. Okay, I know I just made my own tag like not even a week ago, and I should probably take a break, but given the situation, I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. So let's grab our RX energies, or your favorite beverage depending on how you answered my tag. So the way this worked out is I tagged Mr. Swede, Insidious Swede himself, in my tag video, and he apparently was already making his own tag. So instead of answering mine, he did his own. He did link back to my original video, so I appreciate it. No biggie, it's all good, guys. So first off, I'd like to thank everybody who has done my tag so far. It has been a huge help to me to get to know you guys and your tastes in manga and everything. And also the extra traffic to my channel doesn't hurt either. So thank you guys so much for doing my tag. I really do appreciate it, and I love the video responses I've seen so far. So keep it going. And if you can, send them back to me. Like let me know. Find me on Twitter or on YouTube. Comment that you've done it. I want to see all the videos that I probably haven't been able to see yet. So yeah, please do that. And moving on, we're going right into Mr. Swede's manga tag. I don't think he named this tag. Not that it really matters. So moving along to question number 1, we have manga series that was better than you expected, and this one would have to be a very new addition to my collection, and that would be Scum's Wish. Now I picked this one up on a whim. I'm not exactly sure why I picked it up on a whim. I can't quite understand why I would do that with this particular manga, why I would just pick it up randomly for no particular reason, but I did, and then I brought it home and I looked at it, I read the back, and I almost instantly regretted getting it. But once I busted it open and gave it a read, I was quite surprised. I enjoyed this significantly more than I thought I would. Like I said, I thought when I got it that it was way too girly, that it was going to be terrible, I was going to hate it. But it actually turned out way better than I thought. So this was much better than I expected, and very happy that it was. Moving on to question number 2, we have your favorite character possession. So I didn't quite understand this one. I think there should have been a little bit more detail on this question, so I answered it twice, depending on how you think about this question. So answer number 1 would be Kurapika's chains from Hunter x Hunter. Now this is if you answer the question as a possession that you can use. So obviously you don't have Nen, so I would have to be in this universe to be able to use this item with Nen and whatnot. But if I could, I would use Kurapika's chains. Now if you aren't factoring in like abilities that you need to use the item like Nen, I would go with Lubox or Lubox Taigu from Akame ga Kill. What the heck was it called again? Hold on. It's my favorite Taigu. It's Infinite Uses Cross Tail. So this one is amazing because if you don't know, Lubox just an amazing character to begin with. But it's basically a glove with a ton of like very special wire in it, and you can use the wire to do a ton of stuff. Like here he uses it to armor himself up to protect against damage. Here he uses it to create a spear down here that he can use to impale people. He can obviously set traps, all that cool stuff. So if it's an item that you don't need an ability to use, it'd be Lubox Taigu Infinite Uses Crosstail. And if you can have the abilities to use it, it would be Kurapika's Nen Chains. So moving on to question number 3, we have a complete manga that you wish was longer. This was super easy for me. It is hands down Yu Yu Hakusho. Now, a lot of people give this one a lot of praise, and I get it to a degree, but I really don't think Yu Yu Hakusho aged well, and I think it ended very poorly. The final arc looked like it was going to be really cool and like a really classic style shonen arc. It was going to be a tournament arc, and they crammed it into 2 volumes. The entirety of the last tournament arc to see who's going to run all of the Demon Plane, and it was 2 volumes long. Like they only had like I think 4 or 5 real fights in the whole thing. And then it was over. So, like, this really should have been like 5 or 6 volumes longer to really give that arc what it needed. I would have really enjoyed to read that arc if it was given more time. So, wish it was longer. Yu Yu Hakusho, no contest. Moving on to question number 4, we have your favorite Immortal character. Now, I loved this question. I love this question because I love manga about Immortal characters. You know, Blade of the Immortal, one of my favorites going on. Immortal Hounds, easily one of my favorites ongoing manga right now. And Ajin, those are the big 3 Immortal character manga that I love so much. And speaking of the latter, we have the answer being Sato or Hat or Samuel T. Owen from Ajin. Now this dude, you guys need to check out Ajin, by the way. It's amazing. This guy is a fucking badass. I mean, he's willing to sacrifice anything, chop off his own arm, shoot himself in the head so he dies and revives. He's a brilliant marine, tactician, a gun expert, always got that styling hat on. He's just a complete and utter badass. Like, he's fucking amazing. He takes on all challengers all by himself and will wreck shop with anybody. So, easy one for me, gotta be Sato from Ajin. So moving on to question 5, manga. What manga do you want published in English and in what release? Now, I am going to basically copy Insidious Swede here, and that's Hajime no Ippo, or Hajime no Ippo. It's just, I've loved this manga for so long. Don't get me wrong, I'm not just literally copying Insidious Swede. I read this one for the first time, I think about a year, almost exactly a year ago actually, because it was when I first moved here to Florida. I think it was April of last year, and I read the first 20 chapters, didn't get super on board with it, and then when I came to work the next day and read a few more chapters in, it took off. I read 980 chapters or something like that for this, so I love this series, and I would love to see it come to the US in an English release. I'd prefer it to be in something like a Viz Signature Edition, or a Kodansha, a large Kodansha like they do for Happiness and Inuyashiki and stuff like that. Those large ones that are the same size as Viz Sig. I would love to see it come over in that size and with that quality. But it's like, God, it's over 100 volumes now, I think. It's one of the longest running manga still going right now. It's humongous. It dwarfs One Piece. So there's just no way it's coming over to the States. It's unfortunate, it really is. But I would love, wishing for that to happen one day. Question number 6, we have your favorite current Shonen Jump series. Again, I would like to copy Mr. Swede and go with The Promised Neverland, because as you guys know from another video, I love The Promised Neverland. I think it's fantastic. But for the sake of originality, I'm going to give it 2 answers. It's got to be either Food Wars or My Hero Academia. I can't really decide between the two. But I think if you really put a gun to my head, I'd probably go with My Hero Academia. But the Food Wars is just so endearing. It's just so amazing that they can make a cooking manga as fantastic as they do with Food Wars. So, ongoing series in Shonen Jump, Promised Neverland. But if we're being original, it's going to be Food Wars or My Hero Academia. Question number 7, we have your favorite first volume of a series. This one was another super simple one. As soon as I heard him say this, I knew right away. It is Immortal Hounds, one of my favorite, or probably my favorite new series to come out. In fact, I'm pretty sure this was my answer for favorite new series of my tag. But guys, I would recommend everybody to go shell out a couple $13. You could probably get for like 10 bucks, 9 bucks, 8 bucks on Amazon or whatever. Get this manga, read the first volume, and just try not to fall in love with this. Just try not to need the rest of the 2 that are out currently. It's such a fantastic series. I don't want to go into it anymore for you guys. Just get this, give it a read, and you'll know why it's one of the best first volumes of any series. Moving on to question number 8. That would be a 2. I like that he actually made it so that I have to answer with 2 answers, because I love answering with 2 answers, as I'm sure you've already seen. 2 underrated series. This, or underappreciated, I guess is what he said. So this one was another fairly easy one. I think they're really underappreciated. I don't hear anybody talk about them or in their collection or anything like that. And that would be One Punch Man and Berserk. Now these, I don't see enough. Of course, guys, I'm fucking kidding. Like, of course those aren't it. The real answer, though, would have to be Ajin and Terra from Mars. Now, I already talked about Ajin a little bit. I think it looks gorgeous. I love the vertical small release. It's so crisp and clear. The ink is just fantastic. The story is amazing. The characters are really great. Ajin is something I recommend everybody to read. It's only got 8 volumes out right now. It's, of course, $13 because of vertical, but highly, highly, highly recommend it. And then Terra from Mars, which I've seen it growing in popularity a little bit, which sucks because the newest arc they're on is really lackluster, but the first like 17 volumes of this series that are out right now are fantastic. I love Terra from Mars. It's about guys who basically have a surgery to be able to access bug powers, or later in the series, animal powers. So you got people with like the strength of an ant, or the power of a bullet ant, the electricity of an electric eel, eyes of like a hawk, or a punching, or a, what is it, boxing shrimp or whatever. It's so phenomenal. The abilities are so varied and unique. They give you detailed descriptions of what the animals and insects are and how that influences their abilities. It's really great, guys. I think Garu Reviews just got the whole series, and he seems to be enjoying it. So I'd highly recommend these 2 series to everybody. I'd probably say Ajin is the most underappreciated, probably because the anime sucked. But probably the most underappreciated, best manga that I own. So question number 9, what manga should have full color? This one was really difficult for me because there's a lot of series that I would love to see in full color. But I eventually narrowed it down to just one, and that is Dead Man Wonderland. And that is mostly because these color pages always make me wish that it was in full color. And also, the anime looked amazing. The anime was garbage, of course, but it looked so fantastic. And also the fact that this series deals a lot with blood, I feel like, you know, that would be really great in full color, to see all that gore in Ultra HD full color manga. And then finally, question 10, your ideal manga collab. I hate Mr. Swede for his answer, because there is literally no better collab you can get than Yoshihiro Togashi and Yusuke Murata for the art. As soon as he asked this question when I was watching his tag video, I instantly thought of these 2. I instantly knew, okay, so it's going to be Togashi for art, for story, and probably Murata for the art. At first, I kind of thought of like Takahito Inoue for the art, but Murata has such superb, splendid, amazing action art. And if you get Togashi, like from Chimera Ant arc, Togashi with the action and everything, I think Murata could really bring that to life. It would be phenomenal. So yeah, I tried to think of something original, an original collaboration dream, but there's just no better collab than this. There really isn't. So I'd love to hear your guys' answer to this tag for this specifically, because I want to know, do you think there's a better collab for this? Because I can't think of a better collab than this. I really can't. So that is my answers for InsidiousSwedes manga tag that he did. He didn't tag me in it, of course. He just said anybody can do it, and I decided to do it since it was basically his tag that he did instead of doing mine, so I felt like kind of needed to do it. And I'm not going to tag anybody this time because I already did a tag, but anybody feel free to do it, of course. Comment down below that you did it, and I'll go check out your video. I'd love to see it. So again, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for putting up with a second tag in like 1 week. So please like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, hit that ding-a-ling-a bell so you know when all my new stuff's coming out. And thank you all for watching. I will catch you next time. Peace.
Like a Hellcat.